If you're looking for new construction homes near Lake Travis, you have come to the right place. Having lived in the area for over 10 years now, it's certainly my stomping grounds, and I've learned a ton about the nuances of the area during that entire time. Now, there are a handful of communities around the Lake Travis area that really fit the true definition of a master plan neighborhood, with brand new homes, amenities such as pools, playgrounds, fitness centers, and so much more. I'm going to tell you exactly where those are and what you can expect in each of these pockets, so stay tuned. Now let's begin on the south shore of Lake Travis, which is closer in proximity to Austin compared to the opposite side of the lake in the Lago Vista area. Our first new community is the community of Rough Hollow, which began development years ago and is still being built out. What's fantastic about Rough Hollow is that not only does it offer a variety of homes and price points, you also have that really nice laid back lake lifestyle with resort style amenities right in your community. So you actually never have to leave. In the community itself, you'll find a yacht club and a marina, fitness center, tennis courts, basketball courts, multiple pools, including an adult-only pool, a separate pavilion where they put on a ton of community events, and so much more, again, smack dab in the middle of the community. It's really important to note that there are different sections of Rough Hollow that offer various price points, views, and even types of homes, ranging from condos to traditional single-family homes, and even really custom homes in a special section of the community that I'll highlight here in a minute. There are two really neat sections in Rough Hollow. The first is the gated section of the peninsula, where you'll find these really nice custom homes on large 1-acre home sites, some of which are waterfront with magnificent views and even private docks. The other section is Las Brisas, which is the final section of custom homes available in Rough Hollow at this time. If you're interested in this community, be sure to reach out to me for the most current overview of available homes, as well as my honest opinion about the home builders and their quality. Not all of them are equal. As a quick surprise, I'm actually going to hop into the community of Rough Hollow to give you a quick tour of one of these homes in the Las Brisas section of Rough Hollow to give you a better idea of what you can expect, not only in the community, but what's available as of right now. Before diving into this home tour, I want to welcome you to the channel, or welcome back to the channel if this isn't your first time here. My name is Aubrey von Behren. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in the Austin area, helping hundreds of people relocate to and from the city of Austin. If you are planning a move to the area and you may like to work together, then be sure to call, text, or email. I would love to be a resource for you along the way. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button so you're notified of all the new videos that I'll be putting out for you each week. All right, we're now in a custom home built by Weston Homes in the Las Brisas section of Rough Hollow. I'm gonna give you a quick tour of this so you can get an idea of finish out, size, kind of the orientation of a lot of the rooms. You'll find that this floor plan and level of finishes is pretty comparable across the board in this particular area of Rough Hollow. And again, there are still homes under construction and homes that are available. So if this looks like something you might be interested in, be sure to reach out to me and I'll give you the details. Before I go through the rest of the house, I do want to give you a little surprise here, which I think is pretty incredible. So we're headed to the left side of the home, now in the primary bedroom. But what's really incredible about this, apologies, the lights don't work in here quite yet. The home is still under construction and they're putting the finishing touches on everything, but this is a double-decker primary closet. So, I mean, this is just massive. Hopefully the video picks up on the size of it. But yes, this is a 2-story closet with no shortage of storage. And just in case you're spending a lot of time in your closet, you can also enjoy the nice views of Lake Travis over there to the west. Yeah, This is pretty incredible though. You don't see this every day. And although it is on YouTube forever and always now, you have a secret room here just behind your closet. You have a ton of different uses for this space. So we'll go back down. I wanted to show that off because this is really unique and not a lot of people would be expecting this to be in here. Make our way back through here. Again, huge primary bathroom with 2 generously sized vanities. And you're situated off on your own in this section, which is nice. You have a little more privacy, peace and quiet too, away from the other bedrooms. A lot of the patios are very large on these homes. Also, you'll see that this one actually runs the entire length of the house back here. There will be an outdoor kitchen right there, ample yard space, and off in the distance you actually have canyon views too with the hilly topography over here. This is a designated study or office space with a closet under the stairs. It's a built-in shelving there, then a powder bath for the guests, and of course if you're doing work in the study. Let's pop upstairs right now and give you an orientation of that. Again, this house is still technically under construction. It's not finished just yet, so some of the final details will be installed here soon. Big upper loft space open to the downstairs, which is really nice. Kind of a catwalk over here too. Overlooking the entry. Now off of this hallway, you have a nice wet bar. Then this is actually a designated media room. You see this a lot in Rough Hollow, Sweetwater, and many of these new construction homes. This is a huge loft space. I see this as, you know, if you have kids, another kind of landing pad for the kids to play that's away from the main living spaces. I see people use this as a workout space, all sorts of things you can do. Again, Lake Travis over there in the distance with my camera lens. Right now it looks like it's kind of far, but it's much closer when you're actually here in person. And these are the secondary bedrooms, so they're tucked away from everything, extra peace and quiet, privacy. Show you the size here. These are actually, I think, a decent size for many of the secondary bedrooms that I see in new construction these days. Carrying the tile all the way up, quartz countertops. I'd say these are pretty comparable finishes that you'll see throughout many of these homes. Almost identical bathroom and very similarly sized bedroom. So again, this is a Weston home in the Las Brisas section of Rough Hollow. Really nice spot and still under construction. So reach out to me if you have any questions about this particular property and any others that may be available here in the area. Next on the list is the community of Sweetwater. This is slightly farther from Lake Travis, just opposite of Rough Hollow. What I really like about Sweetwater is that it offers slightly more affordable price points, still incredibly nice amenities, and very convenient access to the main road of 71. Even though you are a little bit farther from Lake Travis, as I mentioned, all you really need to do is cross 71, the main road, back into Rough Hollow, and there you are at Lake Travis. Sweetwater is a close-knit community, very similar to Rough Hollow in that sense. I find that in both of these neighborhoods, Most people have actually relocated to Austin recently or in recent years, which seems to be a really nice fit for a lot of residents because they're all looking for similar things to make new friends, meet new people, and really immerse themselves in the community. Sweetwater offers 2 amenity centers, also similar to Rough Hollow in that sense, including a newer one towards the back of the neighborhood with a really nice pool, great space to lounge and watch the sunset in the rolling hills. The amenity center at the front of the community also has a separate pool, a fitness center, and so much more. So depending on exactly where you are in the community, you can plug into either one of those amenity centers. Talking new construction, there are several builders in Sweetwater, a few of which I really like. If you're looking for a new home now or in the next few months, be sure to reach out to me because there are a handful of exceptional offerings being had right now. As a general rule of thumb, when you build from the ground up in most of these areas and price points, your typical construction timeline is roughly 10 to 12 months from the time you sign a contract. With that being said, there are homes available now if you'd prefer not to wait. So again, be sure to reach out to me and I'll kind of give you the inside scoop. Now, here's a sneak peek of the early stages of my lovely client's new home in Sweetwater, one of their newer phases within the community. In this particular home for my clients will be ready in about 10 months. This gives you a little bit of a better visual for the newer section where many of these homes are being built. You can see the really nice high elevation. So many of these lots will capture the hill country views and really nice sunsets on certain sides of the street. So again, be sure to reach out to me and I'll tell you all about what's currently available and what is in the works. Our next community is much smaller than both Rough Hollow and Sweetwater and lacks the amenities of those 2 communities. So you might be wondering, why in the world is it on the list? What I really like about this particular spot, though, is the style of homes, which lean slightly more modern. It's also a smaller community, as I mentioned, which many people actually really like. So this spot in particular is the community of Serene Hills, situated a little bit closer to Austin on 71. Because the community as a whole was built recently, most of the homes are all newer and many are still under construction, which is really nice. It's important to point out though that the average price point in Serene Hills is higher than most of the homes in Rough Hollow and Sweetwater, but the homes are incredibly nice and the proximity to amenities is equally as good. Although you're lacking the type of amenities you'll find in Sweetwater and Rough Hollow within the communities themselves, you're still very close to Lake Travis itself, multiple golf courses in the area, and plenty of other nearby recreational spots, so you're not missing out on a ton. So when you're exploring a new area, you're probably wondering the proximity to downtown Austin, the airport, and some of those other spots that you may frequent. If you are looking to go into downtown Austin from Rough Hollow, Sweetwater, or Serene Hills, you're about a 30-minute drive into the city center. In each of these spots, you're roughly 40 minutes from Austin Bergstrom Airport, which is located in Southeast Austin. So all in all, not too bad. Now let's talk about your day-to-day necessities, grocery stores, amenity hubs, shopping, restaurants, things of that nature. You are about a 10-minute drive from Rough Hollow, Sweetwater, and Serene Hills to the Hill Country Galleria, which you'll find is your main shopping hub. So you have a Whole Foods, big anchor stores like Dillard's, H&M, a variety of local shops and restaurants as well. So there's really no shortage of those day-to-day necessities and entertainment in the area. You have a couple of movie theaters nearby too, and so much more commercial development that's underway on the western stretch of 71, which is the main thoroughfare to Sweetwater, Rough Hollow, and Serene Hills. So I think you'll find that it's incredibly convenient to everything that you could possibly need day to day. Now we're going to hop over to the opposite side of Lake Travis on the North Shore, where there are 2 master plan communities that you should know about when considering a move to the Lake Travis area. Before diving into these particular communities, I do want to point out the distance from Austin to the north side or North Shore of Lake Travis. You're roughly 45 minutes to an hour away from downtown Austin. It can be very deceiving when you're looking at a map. When you're on the south side, so Rough Hollow, Sweetwater, Serene Hills, and that Lakeway area, you're much closer to Austin because there's no bridge that goes from those areas over Lake Travis to the Lago Vista or North Shore side of Lake Travis. So you have to go up and around all the way into Austin. Not many people know about that. But on the flip side, what's really great about that, if you don't have to commute to downtown or you don't mind driving a little bit farther, you can actually get so much more for your money on this side of the lake. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the first community that we'll talk about today. This particular spot is known as Lakeside at Tessera, which features a couple of home builders and an entire new phase underway. So be sure to reach out to me. I can tell you exactly what's coming available over the next year. What's fantastic about Lakeside at Tessera is the private community shoreline on Lake Travis itself. Your community pool and amenities are overlooking a really big section of Lake Travis, which means you have a really nice views, sunset watching opportunities, and so much more, just really good spots to hang out within your community. You also have a private boat ramp just for residents. So if you want to launch your boat or jet skis, it's really easy to do so in the community itself. Boat ramps are not super easy to find throughout Lake Travis. Oftentimes you have to drive kind of far to get to one, or you have to access it through some sort of city or state park. So again, incredibly convenient to have a boat launch in your actual neighborhood. What's also really nice to point out is that there is a beachfront area to hang out in the water of Lake Travis in Lakeside at Tessera. If you've ever seen Lake Travis, you'll know that it's a man-made lake with a lot of rocky cliffside areas. So getting down into the water isn't always easy. This is really cool that you're able to do that within the community itself. Our second community on the north side of the lake is known as the Hollows, with a few great home builders in this neighborhood. The neighborhood itself is made up of roughly 1,400 acres, all hill country views along the shoreline of Lake Travis with a wide variety of homes. So again, something for everyone. Like many of the new communities we've discussed, you're going to find your nice amenities in here as well. You have the Hollows Beach Club and Restaurant, which is more of your private resort style amenity center with a pool, grills, fitness center, covered pavilion. You even have a full service bar providing poolside service for all of the Hollows residents. You don't typically get that in most of your community amenity centers, but you do here in the Hollows. There's also a second amenity center called the Trailhead Club, which has your hill country views, a lap-styled pool, covered patio, shaded lounge chairs. This is also where the basketball courts and new pickleball courts, super popular, are located. So you get, depending on exactly where you are in the community, you can tap into either one of these amenity centers for slight variety and increased convenience. So the Hollows is really similar to Rough Hollow in the sense that you have a variety of homes and price points, as well as a marina that's accessible through the neighborhood itself. That's not incredibly common, but these two neighborhoods have that in common. In this case, the particular marina is known as North Shore Marina, and it's a really nice deep water spot, which if you're not super familiar with Lake Travis, it's important to note that it's a man-made lake like many of the lakes in Texas, and this one in particular is not constant level. So if you have a boat and you're looking for a marina, make sure it's a deep water marina so that your boat is useful most months out of the year, especially when our lake is low like it is right now. In the Hollows, you'll find everything from waterfront homes with private docks to your smaller condos that offer more of a lock and leave lake lifestyle. There are so many different options in this community. And because it's located on the lake, you find a lot of people using spots in the community as second homes, especially those condos that are more lock and leave, or the waterfront ones that could be lakefront properties, second residences for some. So again, a ton of variety, really neat to have a marina and all of those amenities in your neighborhood where you essentially never have to leave except to potentially go to the grocery store. A little bit earlier, we talked about distance from Austin, so you may be wondering where you'll be doing most of your day-to-day shopping when in the Hollows. You have a couple of options. You can either head back towards Lago Vista, the direction of Lakeside at Tessera, grab a Starbucks and do some grocery shopping, or you can take a right out of the neighborhood and drive about 10 to 15 minutes to the nearest stores in Cedar Park, which is your larger amenity hub and pretty much has everything that you could possibly need within a pretty short distance. It is important to note that with the growth in this particular Lago Vista, Jonestown direction, you'll have really nice commercial amenities even closer to you in no time. It's a very high growth corridor with a lot of these big national builders building master plan communities such as these that we're talking about, and so many more in the works in years to come. Again, be sure to reach out to me for the inside scoop on builders, availability, and everything you should know when it comes to purchasing or building a new home. There are a ton of potential pitfalls in the process, but it can also be a very enjoyable experience, which is how it should be. And I want to make sure you have everything you need ahead of time to make it incredibly seamless. So again, be sure to call, text, or email, and I would love to be a resource.